What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another podcast from our dumbasses. We're still doing it, and it's a movie week. Time to talk some movies.
Yep, movie talk. How's it going? I'm Mike.
I'm
this
Kevin.
guy joining us this week. His name is CJ.
How's it going?
Yep, and he didn't watch. He's seen Face Off before, but he hasn't watched Simon Birch. So he's basically the Jamie of our episode. If we need
I'm Jamie
to look
from Wish App.
the WizJap Jamie. That's pretty good.
But yeah,
Yep.
clap it.
Should we clap the clapping? We haven't put a butt on it yet, but we're still clapping.
Something different this week.
Something different?
Something a little different this week.
I haven't noticed.
Yeah, something a little different.
Yeah, we're not in the Sector 7G. What's going on?
Nope.
We in the living room
Yep.
of the Mike's
We're in the
casa.
living room over here. Kevin was kind enough to bring the setup over here since my dog had some surgery yesterday. I want to keep an eye on my dog. She was kind enough to come over here.
Yeah.
And she's got a big cone and she destroys things.
Running
She's
into
knocking
everything.
stuff over.
It's
So.
kind of sad, but
Yeah.
also kind of funny.
Yeah. But yeah.
So, opening statements. Give it up for the opening statements. Yep. All right, thanks.
Nice. Nice.
So on the last one, we mentioned the blah blah blah, the bird from The Lion King, and we thought it was Gilbert Gottfried and shit.
Yeah.
The toucan fella.
Yeah, and I was listening to a podcast, fucking Jim Jeffries one, and he made the same mistake. But then it made me like want to look up because we didn't know who the one from The Lion King was. It's Rowan Atkinson, Mr. Bean.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
No shit. I didn't.
And if you think of his face, you could kind of see it in the character.
Yeah. Now. That's cool.
He pulled it up.
Zazu.
Thanks, Jamie.
Zazu.
Yeah. Zazu.
He's a
from
hornbill bird.
Oh, okay.
Yep.
Good old, not Gilbert Gottfried.
That's
I know Gottfried was the Arabian Nights, was Aladdin.
Yeah, the Jafar's bird.
Yeah.
I don't remember his name either.
Iago.
Isn't it?
Look that up, Jamie.
Put them to the test right off the bat.
Lago.
Lago?
Lago.
Lago.
Get the fuck out of here.
That's
Yeah.
not how that dude
Yep.
said it.
Maybe it's pronounced
Lago.
differently in Arabia.
Right.
Yeah. Could have been.
So did you guys watch any other movies?
I did. Not only did
Let's
I
hear
watch a movie, Kevin, I watched multiple movies.
Give it up.
Thank you. I worked hard on these movies. I made a list.
He's checking it twice.
I watched
What do you got?
the South Park post-COVID movie on Paramount.
Is that a movie?
I think so.
It's just like a long special
It's
type
longer
thing.
than an episode of South Park.
Okay. How was that?
It was good.
I haven't watched South Park in a really long time.
Didn't you say it was kind of sad, though?
It was a little sad.
Yeah.
Well, just because, not to spoil anything, but they're like, we beat COVID. Yay, at the beginning, and then it like pans out and it's like all the kids are grown up. It's been like 30 years. It took them that long to beat it.
Headphoneless.
But
Clips.
I watched Creed.
Creed, the
And Creed 2.
documentary
And Creed 2.
And Creed
about
2.
the band Creed.
No, that's called
Can you
Apollo
take-
Creed's
that's
son.
called Creed Unto Oblivion.
Is it really?
No, I don't know. I don't know.
With arms wide open.
Yeah, probably that.
Yeah, probably.
We
so.
watched Creed,
For
Creed
my
2,
sacrifice.
John Wick, and Rambo 4.
Damn, getting them in.
Smashed them.
It was a Stallone heavy week.
Say that again. John Wick.
John Wick, Rambo, Creed 1 and 2, and the South Park.
I
And the
haven't
two
seen
movies.
Any of those movies.
And the 2 movies, obviously, for this. So
Right.
it's a lot for me.
I haven't seen any of those. Have you watched any movies recently?
I watched the Creed 1 and 2 and the Rambo, at least with him when we did that. Yeah,
How much fun was it?
it was pretty good.
1
man.
out of 10.
Well, the 9.5 because of the sound bar with the
Oh,
surround speakers.
That's
and
what's
stuff.
up.
It'd be a 10 if I was like, I don't know, nothing could be a 10, you know? You just can't get a 10.
Yeah.
You just don't go giving out 10s.
Yeah, that's special occasions.
Yeah.
What did you watch,
I
Kevin?
only watched one other thing.
Oh, man. Role reversal.
It's because I've been going heavy on fucking Curb Your Enthusiasm. Larry David is my hero. I wish I could be more like Larry David. He speaks his mind. He don't care what anyone thinks.
I still haven't seen that.
You never seen that show? Oh,
Mm-mm.
fucking great. It's got JB Smoove is fucking hilarious in it. Classic.
Who's that?
The black dude, JB Smoove. You've seen him around.
Oh, probably.
Seen him around town.
Give it a goog. No,
Google him.
Oh, no.
but yeah, the only other thing I watched was
What was that?
what's it called? JB Smoove.
Yeah.
The only other thing I watched was The Problem with Apu. You heard of this?
Jerry Angelo Brooks. Angelo? Yeah. that sounds right.
What?
He's kind of got like the jazzy, old school kind of vibe going.
He's
We're getting
see all the time. Something about betting. One of those. Are we getting some interference?
interference from somewhere.
I guess I need to monitor this shit.
You're
He's over
running
there
the show.
free-balling, dude. Damn.
But yeah, I watched the Problem with Apu, which is this guy. What is Apu? He's like Pakistani.
India.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah.
India, yeah.
So it's this guy who has a problem with Apu, with the character. That's why Apu's not on The Simpsons anymore.
Damn.
I don't know if
that.
it's his fault, but like they just because of all this shit. But I don't know. I've heard people who love Apu still, Indian people who still love Apu, but this guy just... I mean, I guess I get it if you're growing up and people are calling you Apu and shit all the time.
I'd be pretty pissed off, too. That'd be super shitty.
But he says he still loves The Simpsons, but I don't know. Can't do Apu, I guess.
Yeah.
No apple.
Yeah, if I was
Thank
getting
you,
that
come
shit
again.
every day, dude, I'd be pissed off.
And he was like shitty at Hank Azaria because he voices him.
Well, damn.
Sounds like a hell of a conflict.
And
know that
yeah, he
happened.
wouldn't do an interview. Hank Azaria, he refused to do an interview for the documentary. But yeah, that's it with the other things we've watched. Then we can move on to
Yep.
the movies. What should we do first? I don't get to use this a lot, so whenever I do, I like to play with the buttons.
He likes to take it all the way.
Oh boy. We got a little drum kick.
Oh man, where's this been the whole time?
I know, right? We should always use this thing.
What the fuck?
I know. Hit a joke. Anybody got a quick joke?
No.
It'd be part of my personal life, so I'd have to leave it out.
All right. Which one do you want to get into first? What do you think?
I mean, let's get the heavy stuff out of the way, I guess.
Sure.
Let's
Simon
get
Birch.
Simon Birch out. Yep.
1998. Both of our movies were close.
Pretty close. Yeah,
10
actually.
years.
Yeah, another sad thing about Simon Birch, released on September 11th,
Oh, shit. I didn't realize that.
1998. Of course, September 11th was cool then, you know what I mean?
Right.
But looking back now, you're like, oh, damn.
So,
This movie is just all kinds of sad.
but it's also funny.
It is. He's slaying with his quips, dude. He's killing it with his quips.
Right. He's a straight up comedian.
Yeah, he really is. Yeah, he's just clowning the whole fucking movie.
So CJ hasn't seen it. How would you give a quick description of it? He's a little person.
Yep, a little person growing up in the early 60s, and his best friend and him. He doesn't have a good. I don't know how you'd sum it up. He's inspirational youth.
Yeah.
Okay.
Him and his best friend.
Yeah, he.
It's like a nostalgic,
Yeah, he does good things.
He's a good person.
Yeah.
That's one way to put it.
Yeah, that's a terrible. But yeah,
Yeah, no, that's why.
I don't know what
he
it
asked
would
me
be.
about it earlier, and I was kind of like stumbling, trying to explain it too. But anyways, it opens up with Jim Carrey. You got Jim Carrey there, and you're like just happy to see him.
Well, first things first, dude. First things first. As soon as the music starts to play in the movie, you know it's going to pull some heartstrings. It's that kind of music.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got a clip.
You want to
I
play
got the example. It is from the beginning of the movie.
All right.
Where as soon as it plays, you hear those piano notes, and you're like, fuck.
This was about to rip my heart out.
You're like, oh, shit. Like, I know this. I'm going to have to tough guy cry. Like Will Smith in Pursuit of Happiness, like that gif of Will Smith crying. Where
Right. Just one tears
he's
kind of.
he's welled up and shit.
I remember that
Like
movie.
that was
It's
me
been
at the
forever.
fucking vet yesterday. Tough guy cry. Where you don't cry, but
You kind of just
You shudder a little bit.
you shut it. Yeah, you
Yeah.
managed to hang on.
Yeah.
swallow your feelings.
Yeah.
All right, here goes the clip.
Buckle up.
Oh, fuck.
Make sure the wife's got some tissues nearby.
I'm going to be stress eating popcorn,
Yeah.
Sarah doesn't get like that, you know?
No.
She freaking.
I grew up. We would
I cried
watch.
more than her.
We would
at
watch movies. Just listen to that music. Yeah. Yeah.
Sarah at
Sad
that part.
music right off the bat.
Sarah was like, "Oh, that's a nice town or whatever. We should move there or something."
You're like, sweetie, that's a Hollywood backlot. Those aren't real houses.
She just saying it looks nice.
Right.
So yeah, you got the
Yeah,
sad.
sad.
music.
Well, like whenever we'd watch movies at my dad's house growing up, my stepmom she was a crier.
Uh-huh.
So as soon as that music started playing, she probably started tearing up. She just like pre-cried.
Here we go.
She pre-cried.
So they are categorizing him as an 11-year-old dwarf.
Yeah.
Simon.
He's a
Simon
little person.
Birch.
Simon Birch.
But yeah, you see Jim Carrey. He's at the grave of Simon.
Basically, Jim Carrey is the narrator.
Yeah.
It's
and
a
he's-
lot like Sandlot. The
he's-
Sandlot.
Yeah, he's Simon's best friend growing up.
Yeah, he's the grown up, and he's telling you the story of his childhood in the '60s, just like the Sandlot.
Right.
But on this one, nobody like went to Vietnam and never came back again. Like at the end of the Sandlot, they're like, "Yeah, he got really into drugs and I never saw him again." Like,
Yeah.
just out of
It's
nowhere.
a hard, tragic
You're just,
reality.
oh, okay. But yeah, he's narrating the whole story here and there. Simon Birch.
Right, Jim Carrey. And yeah, it cuts back to the old times. And you got them good oldies songs, you know what I mean? The soundtrack is fun.
Like some doo-wop.
I like bread and butter. I like
The
toast
old
and
songs they
jam.
play.
The golden oldies.
The
Well,
goldies.
The thing is, they had a budget.
Goldie Hans.
They had a budget of $20 million, and it only made $18 million in return.
Wow.
So it's considered a flop. But
Somebody
out of that
cost it.
$18 million budget, Jim Carrey cost 12.
Oh, shit.
Is that true?
No,
Okay, I was like, jeez.
but
But yeah, with that Dumb and Dumber thing. It sounds...
what do they get on the tomatoes? Usually get
Oh,
the
yeah.
tomato.
I got it
stats.
right here. 44% tomato meter.
And IMBD 6.9.
77% audience score.
That's a big contrast.
Yeah.
Google users 84% liked the movie.
Fuck Google.
We just want to know if it's certified or not.
Certified.
Apparently not.
Not quite. Close, right?
Google.
What's certified? It's
80.
gotta be 80.
So
So
I
it's
don't
close
even
to
know.
certified. The kid who's playing young Jim Carrey, do you know where he's from? You seen him around?
No.
Jurassic Park.
Oh, yeah.
A few years before that.
He grew up and he's like ugly now.
Probably.
He didn't
He had
age well.
Ashley Judd as the mom,
Hot Ashley
for
Judd.
sure. She was looking amazing
Hot mama.
the whole time. Oliver Platt, I like him.
Yeah, I like him too. We're buzzing, but what else is he in? I know he's in
Lake Placid.
I was watching Fargo, the show, and he was in some of it.
I watched a couple seasons of that one.
It's pretty good, huh?
Yeah.
It's not
I remember
bad.
like some shit like fish were falling out of the sky.
Oh,
and shit
yeah,
on one
dude.
Episode. Yeah, dude. Shit was fucked up.
Have you guys
Did
seen
you-
Lake Placid?
Yeah.
I don't
With the
know.
crocodile.
Yeah,
I
it's
feel like I
super
might have
cheesy.
way back when.
Yeah, it's old.
It is. It's like Trimmer status.
Bad CG.
You seen Fargo the movie?
No.
I was thinking
No, I
about
haven't
picking
seen
that
that.
one
I
sometime.
didn't know if
I've
they
never
were
seen it.
related.
It's good, yeah.
Yeah.
I've never seen it.
Well, the show's got like Billy Bob Thornton in it, right?
Yeah, the first season.
Yeah, and he's like fucked up. He plays a good role though.
He looks all stupid, like he's got a bowl cut or something.
Is he in the movie?
No.
Oh no. Damn.
It's got who's it got in it? Francis McDormand
Dorman?
and what's his face? Buscemi.
Nice. Well, you know it's got to be decent with Buscemi in there.
Of course. And it's a Coen brothers.
Oh, okay.
So, yeah.
I'm down.
That's not what I'm picking.
I'm down. I did notice you were talking about the music earlier playing when they it's after, spoiler alert, Ashley Judd dies by
Jumping
baseball.
forward.
Okay. Well,
That's cool.
I just seen a note about the music, and the Blues Brothers theme was playing.
Right.
Dun, dun, dun,
Yeah,
dun,
when they're
dun,
trying to
dun,
figure out who his dad
is.
is.
Yeah.
So,
That
yeah.
was cool.
But, yeah,
But yeah, we
after
can
that beginning, like,
rewind.
it goes to, what's her face? The Sunday school teacher or whatever, Miss Levy. She's from Third Rock from the Sun.
No shit. Is that her?
She dates Harry
blonde?
sometime.
Oh, okay. So not the one.
No, not
Okay.
the main chick. But yeah, that was she's fucking funny in this movie too.
Yeah, she's a Sunday school teacher who can't stand kids.
Yeah, basically. Yeah, they fucking they
can't stand her.
when she leaves, they pick him up. They pick up Simon Birch and just like crowd surf him and shit. He's like, "Put me down, you assholes."
Yeah.
Yeah, they got foul mouths and
They
shit.
do, yeah.
Nice.
This movie's very horny too.
Yeah.
This is a fucking horny movie.
Yeah, what's her
It's
face?
like on one hand, it's like sentimental, pulling at your heartstrings, kind of like wholesome movie, but then it's
That's why
like
I feel
then
like
it's
it's a
super
fun balance.
horny too.
Fun balance of comedy and drama. Whenever it shows like when he was born and his mom just like sneezed him out and shit because he was so small.
Tiny,
Oh,
yeah. They said he was the smallest baby ever born in the town. Well, first things first. Like when the movie does pick up, what needs to happen is we go over to Simon Birch's house and we beat the shit out of his parents.
I know his parents suck.
His parents fucking suck. They deserve a good fucking.
They figured he would
2x4.
die, so they didn't really get attached to
he's
him
a
and
little
shit.
small.
But then he kept growing for years and years.
Yeah, he wasn't supposed to make it through the night, and then it was like, you know, he just kept overachieving everybody's expectations.
Mm-hmm.
But then his parents don't give a fuck about him.
Yeah, and Ashley Judd.
Ashley Judd.
She's more of a mother to him.
Loves him and is more of a mom. The whole town doesn't like him.
Yeah, like the whole church and shit.
Oh yeah, the church people are terrible to him and shit.
Fucking pieces of shit.
I know. Like the whole
But
time.
he does, like, he speaks out in church and he's like, this is not what God would want us to be doing and shit.
He's killing it. He's slaying.
He's
a comedian.
Yeah.
Well, because the pastor or the preacher or whatever was like, after service, why don't you meet us for coffee and donuts? And he was like, what's coffee and donuts got to do with church? And he was like, excuse me, did somebody say? And he's like, yeah, he doesn't back down from anybody. He's got fighting spirit for sure. He doesn't back down from the adults. And he's like, go fuck yourself.
He's not taking no skin.
Nah. Yeah. That's cool. The whole movie, he's really quick with the quips.
I was just thinking, last year we were in the Squirt League, and this year we're in the Pee Wee. What do they want us to do? Urinate? Or I fucked it up.
That's jumping ahead. That's jumping to the very end.
No, he says that at the beginning.
Oh, he does say it at the end though too.
Simon said
it
at the
makes
beginning.
sense.
What do they want us to do? Play baseball or urinate?
He's got a shitload of them.
Yeah.
He's quick.
Yeah,
He's
that
always
was
got
the
something
first
to
time
say.
they cuts to them playing baseball, and that's where you meet Ashley Judd, and she walks in. It's all slow motion.
Yeah.
Super hot mom.
Like the lighting and everything is just like.
Yeah, it's got the glow filter
she's
on it.
glowy. She's yeah.
She's in a hot sundress or something.
Yeah, she's looking great. And then well, like
and he's like, your mom has the best breasts of all the moms.
Damn.
all the kids on the baseball team are looking at her.
He's like, what if I said that about your mom? He's like, I'd have you committed.
Killed it. Like,
yeah.
Yeah.
You got to be quicker on the buttons.
Like, I wonder who they got to, like, maybe Jim Carrey wrote some jokes, but probably not.
Hopefully, huh?
If he was cool. There, you know that somebody had to be like, take something he said and was like, yeah, that's going to be in there.
Well, they based it off a book, and then they changed the name because the author of the book didn't think they could make a good movie out of it, and so some producer guy was like, okay, we'll call it Simon Birch, and then that's how that happened.
There you go.
Yep.
Knowledge is power.
And I guess they changed like there's a different ending in the book, and they changed a lot, as they tend to do when making movies from books. They change a lot of shit.
So Sarah was supposed to do the freaking episode with us, but she canceled on us.
Your own wife canceled on us.
I know. She offered to go to work and then forgot about the whole podcast we were doing today. She's like, oh crap, now I have to work. But she said something about Simon Birch, that actor. This is like the only movie he ever did or something. Did you see that?
Yeah, he went on to go to MIT and graduate. Now he's a software engineer.
There you go.
And
he probably makes more doing that.
And he has a company that represents people with disabilities and things like that in the workspace.
I see.
So he's doing good. He's doing pretty good.
Yeah.
And then, like I mentioned earlier, his best friend Joe, who plays the character Joe in the movie, was the kid from the first Jurassic Park. He's in the back seat. He's got the cool night vision goggles and shit that you wish you could have as a kid, but like,
right?
You're never gonna fucking get those.
Hell nah, dog.
And then that one kid at school is like, "Yeah, my cousin's got those," and you believe him. You're like, "Fuck, man, they're out there, but they're not."
It's expensive.
They're not.
So, They go down to the quarry, and they jump in the water. He's like, my balls just turned into marbles. My balls just turned into BBs.
Talking about Joe
Simon
and
Birch.
Simon.
Yeah, when they first time they go down to the quarry.
Nice.
And then the girls row up, in the canoe. And then,
As
they're getting
Simon's,
all horny.
yeah. Well, Simon's like
Oh, he's under the water
he's
and shit.
testing his breath,
He's like, count how long I could hold my breath. And then he goes under.
which comes in later.
He's like, when did they show up? About 13 Mississippi.
I'd say, what can he hold his breath for like 20 seconds?
Yeah, it was something like that. Or he said 33 or some shit.
Something Mississippi, yeah.
Oh, he says fucking Marjorie's getting breast. Soon there'll be boobs.
I know this movie's so fucking horny. Dude.
Maybe she'll let us touch them. Like if we paid her.
Damn.
And then he's like, maybe you should ask her.
He starts teasing him and shit.
Yeah. He just wants to know. Simon starts talking about how he's going to be a hero someday and shit like that.
And everybody's like, you're crazy.
Yeah, he's like, you got to stop talking like that. He's like, I'm God's instrument and that type of shit. He's going to use me. This is a very religious movie.
A little bit.
It's got a lot of underlying context.
Yeah, well, they're in church a lot and shit. And
When they go back, and they go inside, and you meet the grandma. That's like, she was like on the Titanic.
oh yeah, that bitch.
Yeah, she
Like
was
on the movie The Titanic? Or?
And
Yeah.
Harry Potter. Harry Potter.
Was she in Harry Potter?
That's what Sarah said.
Oh, nice. I didn't recognize. I was like, that lady was in Titanic.
Or a wizard.
I think I remember seeing her. Yeah, she's like the head witch or some shit. I don't know.
Was that her?
McGonagall?
McGonagall.
I don't know the
Professor
characters
Kevin doesn't know.
that deep.
Professor McGonagall.
Well, you meet Oliver Platt.
Yeah,
He comes in. He's cool.
dating Ashley Judd's character.
Everything's like going good for the most part.
And he gives him the armadillo and shit. He gives him the little gift. Oh, and he's like at dinner and he's talking and shit, pouring a bunch of peas on his plate. Like he just keeps going. He's like, that's a lot of peas.
Yeah, he's a drama teacher. Those old ladies like, I didn't know you could get paid to do that.
I know they don't really like him, do they? The grandma and then the her friend or whatever.
No, they don't like Oliver Platt or
Simon.
Simon at all.
Oh yeah, they start
Talking shit
They
about
talk
him as soon.
shit,
Yeah, the
bro.
whole town, dude, talks shit about him the whole time.
Yeah.
Except for Oliver Platt, Ashley Judd, and his best friend Joe.
Right.
Pretty much everybody else treats him like shit. Even like the pastor
I know,
and
right?
the lady at the church, his family.
Man.
I know, the whole movie, you're like, fuck these people.
Yeah, everybody except
How can
for
a whole
them
town
two.
be committed to being shitty people?
Yep. And then, so, they're playing a baseball game.
Right.
And before that, the previous time you saw him playing baseball, they would put Simon in to hit, and he would just get to walk on base every time. Like, because he's so short, the pitchers would fuck up.
Yeah, he's got a.
Well, the one time the coach is like,
tells him
swing.
to swing.
And like he does, he hits the baseball. Cut over to Ashley Judd walking
Slow
all perfect,
motion.
walking. Cut over to the ball, and it's like back to her. She's
Cut
being all hot and shit and
Cut
walking.
to Joe standing up.
She's like, hi, yeah, the kid stands up, like, no. And then it goes,
Whap
bam,
it.
just bam, right in her head.
Like right in her temple.
And then like 10 seconds later, the coach runs over and picks her up, and he's like, she's dead. Like,
What?
yeah, baseball to the head, dead.
Baseball to the head dead, bro.
Yep. Simon Birch killed the only woman who ever cared about him in
God
his
damn
entire
it.
life, and his best friend's mom.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yep. And she had previously made him a little jacket for him.
All
And
at the age of
she
11.
stood up for him.
Yeah.
To like all the people in the town. She's always sticking up for him.
Whenever she was, Simon was in trouble at church, and Miss Levy was fucking like berating him and shit, and then she came in and fucking like gave her the business.
Yeah,
and
she
shit.
did. And then wham, baseball to the head by Simon Birch. Jim Carrey was like, and then a decision that would haunt the coach for the rest of his life.
Yeah.
He told Simon Birch to swing. And yeah. So then young Jim Carrey's mom's dead. She's dead.
Young Jim Carrey.
I
guess he kind of looks like Jim Carrey.
Yeah, I just couldn't think
you
of
buy
his
it,
name.
I guess.
Yeah, sure.
Oh, and they end up like giving each other. He gives Joe his baseball cards because he's so sorry.
Yeah, it's his most prized possession.
Joe ends up giving him the armadillo, stuffed armadillo, and they were talking about how someone took the baseball. He's like, I thought you took the baseball. He's like, why would I want that cursed ball?
Yeah, the baseball that killed Ashley Judd. Direct hit.
Yeah.
Took her down.
Critical hit.
Critical. She rolled a D20, or somebody did. She went down.
I see Janet Hooks was also on Saturday Night Live.
Which one is that? Oh, is that
Miss
Levy?
Yeah.
Oh, dude. She's great on fucking Third Rock from the Sun.
Also, I guess Sandra Bullock was up for the mom role, but ultimately went to Ashley Judd. So, either way, bam, she's dead.
Yeah.
She did. And then,
he starts talking about how he's God's instrument, and Joe gets all pissed and shit.
Yep. Yeah, there's a little friction there, and then, and
then it cuts to like a little later, down the road, and they go back down to the quarry.
I don't think it's been that long. How long do you think it was?
I don't know. Probably not that long.
Yeah, it seemed like everything after the funeral happened like in a matter of like weeks or less.
Yeah, probably.
To me anyway, because I was like, damn, Joe he went through a lot, like in like a month.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like, spoiler alert, you do find out who the dad is.
Yeah.
But it's all kind of fucked up.
And then, like after she died, you hear Jim Carrey, the narrator. He talks about how when someone dies, you lose them.
I wrote that down in my notes. That was one of my. I'm not gonna cry.
You lose them slowly over time.
Piece by piece over time.
He talks about how her smell faded away and shit from like fucking pillowcases and shit like that.
Yeah, that part I was like, son of a bitch.
It's fucked up.
I was like, it's such a good quote though.
Right, yeah, I know. It's all like profound and shit.
It's a heart wrencher.
Yeah.
And then you got Grandma telling Joe that she's not going to be around forever and shit like that.
Yep. And then she dies.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think after...
Later on,
yeah.
And they're trying to figure out who his dad is. They break into their coach's office. And they find out.
Their theory is, like I think you said a second ago, their theory is if they can find who picked up the baseball that killed Ashley Judd,
right,
that would in turn mean that it's Joe's father, because he would want to have the baseball that killed his, because he's like, this killed her, I guess I better keep it to remember her by, like, kind of like weird.
I guess we didn't really mention the fact that Joe also gets picked on for being a bastard.
Yeah, his mom wouldn't tell anybody who the dad was.
Right.
And so he
not
grew
even
up
her
not
grandma.
knowing his dad. Nobody knew.
Oof.
And so, people would pick on him.
They break into the coach's office.
I think that's probably like what some of him and Simon's friendship started as.
Right. Yeah, that's how they bonded.
Yeah.
Yeah, they figure out it's not the coach. but they get community service and shit. Like the cops, they try to find someone, like they can't call his grandma because she doesn't drive, and then Simon's parents just don't give a fuck. They're like, he could stay in jail for the night or whatever.
Yeah, even the cop was like, surprised.
That's harsh.
Like, that's fucked up.
Right.
But then they call Ben to pick him up.
Oliver Platt, Ben, to save the day. Who was dating Ashley Judd up until that day she was struck by the baseball. Direct hit.
Tragic.
And I got another narrator quote that was like, time is a monster that cannot be reasoned with. It responds like a snail to our impatience, then races like a gazelle when you can't catch your breath. You're like, shit. They really thought this out.
You're like, all right, Jim Carrey.
He knows we're fucked.
Then you got the Christmas pageant part where they're all getting their parts and shit, and they choose the fattest kid to be the angel that they have to hoist up.
Well, like not they, like the teacher did.
Yeah, just Miss Levy.
Yeah, she did. And they made Simon be baby Jesus in the manger.
Yeah, of course.
You know, which at first, you know, I've only seen this one time, and it was a long time ago. I was like, she's like, who's going to be the star on the Christmas tree? I was like, they're going to make him the star on the Christmas tree.
The fat kid?
No, Simon.
Oh, Simon.
Because that would have made the most sense, right?
Because, yeah, he's
he's
a lot lighter.
But they made him.
Guy.
But they typecast him, of course. They typecast him as baby Jesus.
You're right.
In the manger.
And you got the fucking turtle doves running around.
Literal turtle. Turtles with wings. Simon roasts the teacher about that.
Yeah.
He kills her on that.
He's like, they look like they came from outer space or some shit.
Yeah. He's like, they're terrifying.
He's like, what the hell are those? Those are turtle doves.
Yeah, they called them terrifying, I think.
Oh, fuck. Simon demonstrates how little kids listen to him, where he talks to the little turtle dove kid and helps him out and shit.
Yeah,
You're still slacking on your buttons.
So far, he's...
Right. You can press them if you want.
So far, Simon Birch has demonstrated his ability to breathe underwater, or to hold his breath underwater for long periods of time.
Right.
And he's also demonstrated that he has a command over people in stressful situations.
Yeah. Mainly like the little kids.
Foreshadowing. Foreshadowing.
I know Miss Levy is fucking struggling with all the kids,
Yeah,
dude. She's freaking out.
She's losing her mind. She's super horny for the priest.
She goes out to, smoke a cigarette.
She's like basically like sniffing his fucking neck and shit at one point.
Right. Yeah.
She wants that
and
blessing.
Then
it's
you
like
hear
real awkward between them.
You hear the fucking the children inside singing a parody song about her and shit. Joy to the world, Miss Levy's dead or some shit. And she just starts crying.
They cut off her head and flushed it down the toilet and shit.
Yeah, bro.
That's what like the church kids are singing about.
Yeah, you can hear them all inside just singing that whole song in unison. And then during the play, Simon's getting all horned up for Marjorie.
Yeah.
Because she's the Mother Mary. So she's right over him. He's in the manger. And you got the fattest kid up there. He's getting all queasy because he's swinging from the fucking
he said he doesn't like heights either. He specifically said he didn't want heights and offered to trade. Like another kid offered to trade him a role. And he was like, yeah, but the teacher, Miss Levy or whatever, was like, no, you're doing this. And she's the one who has to hoist him on the rope.
She's like,
on the system.
She's holding for dear life.
Yeah. She can barely do it.
So, yeah, he ends up puking on the crowd and shit.
Like right on her, like directly on her.
Oh, yeah, but and Simon pulls what's-her-face into the...
And the major is trying to...
By her tits or something.
Cop a feel and shit, and then all hell breaks loose. People start fighting.
Right.
Everybody's mad.
It's just the whole thing.
It's a whole fucking chaotic mess. And then you like cut to him
Simon in trouble.
He's in trouble, and like the the priest's office, and the priest is like,
And they were supposed to go on a fucking. They were supposed to go, like, watch the little kids on a retreat over their Christmas break or for their community service that they had to do. But the priest tells them, Simon, that he can't go because he pulled this shit.
yeah, they're all tired. I mean, like, basically, he does say in the movie, he's like, basically, everybody in town's real tired of you, more or less. Is what
Right,
he says. He's
yeah.
like, we're all
About to
pretty tired
banish
of
him.
you, so
Yeah.
you can't come back to church.
And then, yeah. And then you like, start to notice that Simon's kind of getting sick. He's coughing and shit more.
Yeah.
His parents won't let Joe go see him. You know,
No,
when he tries
they
to go
don't
visit
care.
him.
they don't care.
And then he kind of tells Simon's dad off. He's like, you don't deserve him and shit like that.
The guy who actually played Simon is still alive.
Oh, way to go.
Yeah.
How old
he's a
is he?
software
34.
engineer.
34.
Yeah, he graduated from MIT and shit. He
Like-
did some shit.
It's crazy.
He crushed it in this movie. I don't know why he didn't fucking keep acting.
Well,
Wouldn't you say
how,
he crushed it?
well, how many roles is there?
Yeah. I don't know.
Like, he was up for another one for the movie adaptation of Freak the Mighty, which I remembered reading in, like, junior high school. It's a book. But they went with one of the Culkin brothers instead. Yeah.
Fuller, go easy on the
I
Pepsi.
believe it was Kieran, which is Fuller.
Yeah.
I gotta sleep on the hide bed with Fuller.
He wets the bed.
It's the bed. Yeah. They just cut over to the kid's face when they say that. They go easy on the Pepsi. They just cut over to him, and he's just taking a big ass gulp. Macaulay Culkin looks disgusted.
Yeah. Oh, so Simon breaks into the after they left on the retreat, Simon breaks into the Reverend's office to get his baseball cards back and ends up finding the baseball. Dun dun dun.
Oh, shit.
So yeah,
The Reverend was the father the whole time. And he's been such a piece of shit dickhead through this whole movie. You're as pissed off about it as Joe is.
Did he know he was?
Yeah, he knew.
He knew?
Yeah, after fighting the baseball, Simon knew, and then
Well, no, the dad. No, the
dad.
priest knew he was the dad the whole time.
Right.
Yeah,
Oh,
he,
yeah.
he knew.
What a fucking ass.
Yeah, the whole time. And he's been being a jerk to Simon the whole movie.
so now Ben and Simon are on their way up to tell Joe, but then he ends up telling Joe while he's up there. He's like, well, he throws the keys to him and he catches it with his left hand. He's like a lefty, just like me. And then he goes, looks over slowly.
He's like, don't stare at me, give your father a hug. Dr. Evil style, basically. He's all weird about it and shit. He's like, yeah.
Yeah, and Joe's
And
pissed.
Joe's like, I want nothing to do with you.
He's like, I wish I never knew.
Yeah, he's like, fuck you. And I agreed.
Right?
I was glad Ben was there. I was like, oh, cool. Like,
I know, Ben is
Ben
like,
was cool.
he was like the
Oliver
most
Platt.
fucking, I don't know, he always knew the right thing to say, you know what I mean? He was like,
Yeah, when he picked him up from jail, he's like, you guys want to go get some pizza? They're like, you're not mad? He's like, no, I'm sure you had a good reason for doing what you were doing.
that's
He's
like rewarding us for bad behavior.
yeah. And he's like, ice cream? And they end up getting ice cream. But, well, as Joe, young Jim Carrey, is finding out the truth about his father, Simon and Ben get there, and now everybody knows.
The cat is out of the
Cat's
bag.
Pandora's out of the box.
You can't put Pantera back in the box.
No. No. Oh, speaking of, today's the 8th, so rest in peace, Dime and John Lennon.
Oh, snap. Snapperoo.
Yep.
All right, let's finish this one up.
Okay, well, so they're all at this lodge. They find out about the dad. They're on the bus ride back to town, back to church, and a deer gets in the road, and the worst bus driver maybe ever fucking
Yeah.
slams on the brake and swerves. The whole bus careens off like the side
It
of the road.
goes way
They're
far
going way
down the fucking hill.
and then it crashes
Finally hits in the water.
in the quarry, where they go, and so the bus is sinking. Bus driver just leaves a bus full of kids. He dip sets.
He did. He opens the
He
fucking
looks at
door.
the kids. Everybody's like, "Where you going?" He looks at them and then
Swims away. He
Like
said,
the-
fuck them
like
kids,
the
bro. I'm
people-
out.
The fucking people in this town are pieces of shit people in this fucking town.
I know, except for Ben.
Every
Except
kid
for-
for themselves.
Except for Ben. Yeah, except for Ben.
And
Like,
Ashley Judd when she was alive.
baseball. So the bus starts to...
He fucking dipped.
He did. He dipped so fucking... Dude, he literally... They show the kids yelling at him.
He opens the door
opens
so
the
more
door,
water comes
more
in.
water starts rushing
and
in.
he fucking jumps.
He looks at the kids, and then all you see is like his little feet skipping away.
And homeboy Reverend, he hit his head and he's knocked
Yeah,
out.
Reverend's knocked out. He's a useless fuck.
Yeah.
So, and then everything's all chaos. Water's coming in, and then
full of
little
like
old
third graders.
Simon Birch
And then Simon Birch steps up
yells at everybody, gets everybody to calm down.
because little kids listen to this guy.
Yeah, we established that.
Yeah.
People listen to him. So he comes up with a plan. He takes over. He has Joe get the Reverend, who he just found out is his dad, pulls him onto shore where he's unconscious
Yeah,
because
he's
he
knocked
sucks. So he swims back, and so like Simon's down at the bottom, getting the kids furthest to the water out first, row by row in this bus,
Right.
and then they think everybody's out.
Yeah, they get
Everybody's
most of the
saved.
kids, yeah.
And then Simon's like, "There's one more."
The bus dips a little further
Yeah,
into
it
the
starts
water.
falling a little further, more water.
There's one kid
There's
left.
one kid left.
And
His foot
Simon.
was stuck.
The back of the door, the back emergency door closes.
Closes everything, and it was the kid he talked to at the play.
Right, the turtle dove.
Yeah, turtle dove kid. He's like,
So they end up having to escape out the window.
Yep.
They
Escape
get the
out the
little kid
window.
out. And then it goes under with Simon still in it, and he ends up swimming out, and he's
out.
kind of passed out, and
he's real weak.
Joe takes him to shore.
He saved everybody's life. The person that
He was God's instrument.
Even though
yeah,
all the
this kid
people
was
in
like at
town
the church, and he was like, "Does God have a plan for me?" And the priest is like,
Oh, and
define plan, because
and how they were like quoting Bible verses and
yeah, they
shit
were
at each
slinging
other.
Bible verses at
Yeah.
each other. Like little Simon Birch wasn't backing down, but
He
like,
knew his God shit.
everybody was like talking shit about this kid like the whole time, and he saved a bus full of kids and an adult.
I know, way to go.
He's a hero.
And then yeah,
And
cuts
then
to later.
cuts to the hospital.
Joe wakes
wakes
up.
up. He wants to go see Simon. Everybody's got sad looks on their faces. They're all sad. And then he goes into the room to see Simon. He's real weak. And he's like, "I saved everybody." Well, he had like that one chick that he liked
Yeah,
from
Margaret.
school. Yeah, she was there
Mark.
telling him what a hero he was and shit. And then
Yeah.
he's
He
like,
starts talking to him softly.
Yeah.
He's like, "You look like shit, man." And yeah, I forget what else they say, but he's real weak. And at the end, he's like, "I gotta go."
and then
he
he
turns
dies.
over and dies.
Yeah. He's like, "Peace." Like a
And then you
boss.
cut to Joe going down to the quarry by himself. You know, he takes the same old way they always go.
And then
slaps the fucking bridge.
while you see that, Jim Carrey's doing an overdub talking about how his grandma died like the year after that, and how everybody else died. But Ben legally adopted him.
Mm-hmm.
He was like, "Oh, so in the hospital, right? To go back."
Oh,
when
yeah.
Ben comes out, he sees Oliver Platt and his piece of shit
Reverend,
dad,
yeah.
the Reverend guy. He's like, "Where's Simon? I want to go see him." And he's like, "Reverend, whatever your name
He's
is,
like,
I'll see you
on
at church.
Monday or
Get
whatever,
the fuck out
Sunday."
of here." He's like, "Come on, Ben."
Yeah.
And then you
Because
find
Ben's
out,
the shit.
yeah. Then you find out Ben adopted him.
Yeah. Yep. And then you cut
Simon
back
died.
to Jim Carrey
Yep.
at the graveyard. It turns out he named his son. His son was there. He named him Simon.
Simon.
Had like a Forrest Gump ending.
And then, you see the headstone and the armadillos right next to it.
Yep.
The end.
The end.
Dun, dun, dun.
It's tear in my beer.
Yeah, I'd give it a good solid.
I'd say a good
I'd give it a good solid 5.5.
5.5?
5.5.
Yeah, that one you gotta hold. 5.5, that's it? Alright. I see. I don't know, did I write? I think I'm gonna go 6.5.
Nice.
Which is not much different.
No, it was in that range for sure.
I forgot what I
Like,
thought of.
Not bad.
Kinda
It didn't
quirky.
pull on my heartstrings as much as I
Yeah.
remembered it doing,
Me neither.
but I could tell it was like really wanting me to cry pretty hard. And
Sure.
I was like, I really don't feel like crying that hard. You don't make me want to cry that hard, but it's got some sad parts. Like everything was there. The little music, the little piano was like, do 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 do, you're gonna cry when I play this. But it didn't get too hard.
Yep. I don't know. It was fun rewatching it.
Yeah, it's not
But,
bad.
all right. That's that one.
Take a quick break.
Sure. And we're back
And we're back.
from the break.
Back.
From outer space. Oh boy, howdy! We've got another good movie for you now. Clap those cheeks.
It's like the direct opposite of Simon Birch.
Yeah, it's just action, explosions, and switching faces.
Nicolas Cage and John Travolta. That's what's up. We're talking Face Off.
Face Off, everybody. Are you ready for this?
It's throwback time.
1997. Director John Woo.
John Woo.
Woo, he wooed me.
He likes
Hit me hard.
he likes pigeons a lot, like white doves and shit, and a lot of his stuff.
Yeah.
Like have you ever seen Mission Impossible 2? He did like a lot of movies I've never seen, but just like some of his American shit was like Mission Impossible
I've never
2.
even heard of the guy.
So like there's this one scene with Tom Cruise and then this other guy, Mission Impossible, right? And like a wall gets blown in or some shit happens anyway. Like Tom Cruise stands up
John Woo.
and then there's just doves inside this building for no reason flying away in the background.
When
just for no
doves
reason.
cry.
And there was a lot of pigeon dove action going on in this one too, I noticed.
Maybe it's
So
like
you-
a part of like ancient,
It's like his calling card.
ancient Asian culture.
I don't know, maybe. I didn't want
Well, you know,
to assume things.
art wise.
When you
just
assume you
does
make
that
an
a lot.
ass out of you and McGregor.
Ewan McGregor.
McGregor, 1997. I think I said that.
Yeah,
Yep.
he was
92% tomato meter.
Yeah.
Damn.
Damn, right?
Yeah.
Damn.
82 audience.
I didn't even give it that high of a score.
Give it like an 80.
Jeez. Yeah, well...
What are some other good Travolta Cage movies? I mean, not together, but...
Oh. Well, just
We're-
around this time, a year before that, Nicolas Cage was in The Rock with Sean Connery, where they... It has, like, terrorists on Alcatraz. It's pretty fucking good.
Yeah.
And
I
then
have
he
to
also
get
had,
out.
like, Con Air, too, around the same time. Con Air.
What's the fucking one?
That's just, like, around the same time as this.
Raising Arizona, bro.
Yeah, that was, like,
That one's fun.
late 80s.
Good time there.
Pulp
Gone
Fiction.
in 60 Seconds. Oh, yeah, for
Some good
Travolta.
Oh, Travolta, yeah.
He's Pulp Fiction.
Yeah.
We were just talking about some of his movies in the 90s.
Yeah, Look Who's Talking.
Look Who's Talking 2.
Look Who's Talking again.
Look Who's Still Talking.
Look Who Won't Shut the Fuck Up.
That's actually coming out next year. It's the new one.
It's gonna be a hit.
It's well, not only is there a sequel to that coming out. Look Who's Shut. What was the title?
Look Who Won't Shut the
Look
Fuck
Who
Up.
Won't Shut the Fuck Up. Where they're like, it's like old Travolta and Christy Alley, and the kids are all in their 30s, and like won't leave
Whatever
them alone
happened
now.
to her?
I don't know. She was in Cheers, and
Jenny
then
Craig.
she was doing some stuff.
She got fat and then got skinny again. Remember that? Back in the day.
No. But
She was like the Jenny Craig lady.
oh, did
Um,
not remember that.
Travolta's a singer.
get the fuck
He
out of
probably
here.
did sing in some
Well,
of that shit, right?
Saturday or
Grease.
Fever.
Grease.
I don't know if
Saturday
that was
Night
really him.
Fever. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, that's that.
Fever,
Yeah.
I just
With
keep
the
thinking
old-
of Saturday Night Live.
That was
old
before
dance.
Grease. Saturday Night Fever was a year before Grease.
Gay.
Oh, one of the guys who wrote the screenplay for this also wrote The Mask.
Oh, that's fun.
Random Jim Carrey tie-in. It had a budget of $80 million, Jack, and box office return of 245, which put it at the 11th. I think this was the 11th highest grossing movie that
Just
year.
the whole freaking concept of the movie is just, it's fun. It's like,
And there was also a roller coaster in Kings
Especially-
Island called Face Off. For
especially
a long time.
when like going into it as one of the, one of these actors, so you get to play you, well, your character, and then you have to like play the other person's character.
Yeah.
In the movie.
You
They
have
got
to
to-
switch
They got
personalities.
to play good guys and bad,
Yeah.
and the bad guys.
It's fun.
And I thought Travolta's acting as his character, his original character, like as him, was really kind of like awful. if you're watching like how he's
Yeah.
acting in the scenes, but when he switches into Nicolas Cage mode,
Right.
it's pretty spot on. Like he's doing a good Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
But like I was laughing at his acting and shit a little bit in some of the scenes before the switch
Yeah.
because it was just
Over the
fucking
top.
so
He
bad.
Was, like,
He
over
was-
the top too. He was like,
it was just bad.
He's like kind of mopey and shit, huh? He's all sad.
It's just I don't know, it's hard to describe. If you watch it again, just but right off the bat, there's that clip I was telling you about. It's like
Cut
right
to-
when the credits at the very beginning of the movie.
Mm-hmm. Which one
Well,
is
both
it?
of them are like at the beginning, but
I know. I see credits on both of
The
them.
one on the left.
Cut to.
wasn't he in Swordfish?
Yeah. This is right at the beginning of the movie. Face Off.
They're about to face off with each other. Look at that mustache.
'90s Cage.
So Nicolas Cage's character is trying to snipe
John Travolta.
Travolta on a carousel.
He's a little. Okay. Also, there's a thing I'll tell you.
That mustache, dude.
Gina Gershon.
This thing right here, they do that like 90 fucking times in this movie.
Yeah, the hand.
Yeah, what's
rub
up with
your
that? Like the whole family
touch
does
your
it. Like what the fuck's up
hand
with that?
down their face.
It's just an odd thing I've never seen in a movie before.
I guess it's because
It's almost like a Crocodile Dundee thing. Where it's like,
they just needed a way for her.
Oh, real quick. Oh, it's coming up. The whole reason there's this clip.
Damn.
What, the blood on
The fucking fake horse makes a noise like it got shot.
Yeah.
I don't know
Wait,
why, but
what?
that just made me. Yeah.
I didn't.
Yeah, it did. It did the
That
horse
just made me
neigh.
laugh. Yeah, it's a fake wooden horse on a carousel.
What the fuck
I
is
thought
that?
it was a little much, dude. Like,
Right? He was having too much fun.
I was
with the
like,
sound
that was just
effects.
random. I was like, did that horse just fucking?
I didn't even
got
notice that
shot,
shit.
and I rewound it, and it did.
Oh my god. One more again.
One more game now.
That's when you know this movie is gonna be crazy.
Kaplow.
Lightning strikes. Balloons. There go the balloons.
Dude.
Like there's like lightning clacking, or like there's like thunder clack.
Lightning
Everything's happening right
crashes
when that
and no mother cries.
Yeah, right.
The angel
It's like-
opens her eyes.
Like the movie's been playing for 25 seconds, and there's already Nicolas Cage already shot and killed Travolta's kid.
Nay, no.
And then, so then they cut to the next part of the next clip I have, where it cuts to Nicolas Cage. There's just like a shitload of bombs, and he's dancing, having a good time.
Oh yeah.
He's having a great time. He shuts the door on these bombs, and he's walking. He's dressed up as a priest, and he's walking through a church. That's where he's rigged up these bombs, and he's just having a great time. And he's being crazy Nick Cage. This is all within like the first 5 minutes of the movie.
Cut to it.
Cut to it. He was like banging and shit.
He's ridiculous, man.
I did like a bad job on the video on this.
You got like
Yeah.
You cut the heads off. You always cut the heads off.
Framing.
Yeah.
Sexually harasses her.
Just
Oh,
that
dude.
fucking- just that
Dude, are
fucking
you
face.
falling asleep
Just-
trying to record that?
Yeah, I know, right? Shit.
That's
That was
funny.
a bad clip.
But yeah, that face.
Yeah, that crazy Nicolas Cage face at the end.
Oh,
Yeah, it was nuts.
he is not a handsome
everybody
dude.
else is just cool with it. They're just like keep doing their thing. Like, don't look.
He's a weird looking dude already. And then he goes and makes a face like that.
Yeah, he's crazy as fuck.
Cage rage.
Well, then, so the whole movie is based off of John Travolta wants to kill Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
by any means necessary
Because
for
back,
revenge.
yeah, he tried to snipe him, ends up killing his kid.
Yep.
Well, he hits him too.
The horse cried.
He was
The
like
horse-
fucking both.
Nays.
The horse cried.
Actually, if you think about it, though, it was probably as a hit, it was probably smart for him to try to kill the kid too. That way, the kid wouldn't try to come back for revenge somehow. You know how like the plot goes.
Right, yeah.
Maybe. Well, he at the end.
You had to take them both out.
At the end, Nick Cage was like, "I didn't mean to kill your kid."
Right. Just being a dick about it.
He's like, you could have just moved on. All kinds of shit. But it's Travolta doing Nick Cage. That's what this whole fucking movie is.
Yeah. And it cuts to like 6 years later. And one of them cops is Margaret Cho, which was cool. Comedian.
Oh, okay.
The Asian chick. So that was fun seeing her. Plants the bombs. Harasses the girl in the choir.
Yeah.
And one of his like his right hand man, you know, he's always got those two guys by him or whatever. I recognize one of them from Sons of Anarchy.
Oh yeah, he had with the scars on his face.
Scars, yeah. He's also in Braveheart.
Okay. Yeah,
Yep.
he is. Yeah. He's the Irish dude.
Yeah.
That he is.
He plays
Irish or
Irish
Scottish.
Irish. He plays Irish dude in Sons of Anarchy too. He's technically Irish.
Yeah.
Nah.
That's a good show.
Little
Great show, man.
little fun fact: this movie was originally intended for Sylvester Stallone, and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh shit.
It was almost a face-off, but with them.
That would have been weird.
That was like the first
Right.
idea for it.
Like now, just thinking about it, it's like fucked up.
I don't know. I was just
Also,
trying to picture it.
yeah, it would have been way different. Also, there's like a sequel being made right now. It's like in development.
Really?
Yeah, like a direct sequel.
Face Off.
A face off.
Facing off again.
Facing
Yep.
off a little older this time.
Is it both of them or is it different people?
It didn't
Who knows?
say. It did not say. But that just leads me to believe that there needs to be a sequel for a certain other movie.
Dun,
Dun.
dun.
Yeah, the whole movie. Oh, so Travolta's like, we know where fucking Nicolas Cage's brothers is. We're gonna go get him. And then some insanity ensues.
Yeah. Is
Gunfight,
that where he's
chase
trying to leave on the jet?
on the jet.
And it's the whole cops shows up, whole cop squad,
Yep.
FBI or whatever.
Yeah, and John Travolta, he
He's
just
like,
will not stop.
Don't play chicken with the goddamn jet. And he turns at the last second.
At the very last second.
Yeah.
And the fucking he like ends up killing a couple people on the plane or whatever. He ends up killing the pilot, and he's trying
Nicolas
to
Cage
fly.
does, yeah.
Yeah.
Starts
And
killing
then
people.
You got Travolta jumps in the helicopter and
Doesn't
fucking
hesitate. He doesn't hesitate. He
Yeah.
goes, he
after
runs.
they killed the undercover
Yeah,
bitch who was on the jet.
Yep, Nicolas Cage hangs her out the side of the plane and shoots her. She falls to the ground on the runway. John Travolta's just pissed off that he has to stop the fucking like Humvee he's in.
Yeah.
He like doesn't even care that she's dead. He's just shit that he's like, oh fuck, I gotta stop. He like gets out and then just like looks at her body, but then just heads straight to the helicopter and takes off.
Jumps in. You crazy motherfucker. That's like Arnold when he jumped in that jet in that movie. True Lies.
True Lies.
Oh yeah, and
You're
The
fired.
fighter jet.
yeah.
And he says he's fired when he shoots the.
It's like
missile
riding a
out.
bike.
Bye.
Bye.
That clip.
He was so
That shit had me
excited.
rolling. Yeah. He's all holding the jet down with the helicopter, just preventing
Doing
him
some
from flying.
crazy 90s action shit. Kind of like how like Bad Boys had the filter set to action. They did too, but like not quite as much, but it was still there. Like
Sure,
whenever they escape, whenever Nicolas Cage jumps out of the plane and they crash a plane through a hangar.
through the hangar,
Like,
yeah.
This is back in the day. Either that's like a miniature set, and they did that with all miniatures, or they did that like at a real place and just blew it up. Because they used to just blow shit up a lot back in the day. They're like, fucking
'Cause
blow
it's
it up.
awesome.
Yeah, it was the shit, man. Like, they're just blowing shit up. Like,
Yeah.
every day of the week, different action movie going out there and like just blowing shit up. I don't know. But, so then they're in the hangar, and that's
Yeah.
where like the filter gets set to action with like the lighting coming from the background. It's
Lots
all
of
very
gunshots going on.
moody
Yeah.
and like
They did,
reloading the clips and stuff.
yeah. They did the classic old school movie thing where he shoots the guy with the shotgun and he flies back. Where yeah.
Yeah.
That's not how that works.
That happens a lot when they're shooting people. Like later on, that guy, he takes over the boat and he shoots that guy. That guy jumps up and out of the boat and like into the water. He's like, oh, like. I'm sure there's a video on YouTube that says who was the first person to fly back in a movie, like from a gunshot.
I know, right?
Just to find out the history of that.
That's just
stunt
that
work.
movie.
History of
They
Hollywood
put
stunt
that
work.
extra
The first-
movie spunk on
when
it to
they
make it
first
look
did the
more
over-
interesting.
The overreacting.
Dude's
gunshots.
ear gets shot off and shit.
That was a random injury, yeah.
Ah.
Yeah,
But
shit, they're going, gunfire. Nicolas Cage, he like jumps out of the plane sideways, shooting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a lot of that going on
There's
too.
a lot of that, like,
Jumping sideways and
Him
shit.
and Travolta, are doing rolls,
Yeah,
Yeah.
doing all kinds of
rolling
shit.
around on the floor.
That's like clearly stuntmen most of the time.
Yeah.
And then they each end up with just like a bullet left,
Yeah.
or so they think.
Yeah,
So they're at a standoff.
yeah. It's like they have like a real Batman and Joker relationship.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Where like
I
Batman
s-
wants
I
to
see
catch
that
him
parallel.
so bad, but like he fuels. Like Nicolas Cage gives fucking John Travolta something to do in life. Basically, he's kind of got like a boring household.
Yeah,
It's like it consumes him and shit. I don't know. He's like needs to catch
Yeah.
fucking Nicolas Cage
Right.
at any cost.
At all costs.
At
Oh, what
any
about
cost.
what about when he goes to prison?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit.
that was an
yeah.
interesting little part of it.
yeah. Well,
So there's the shootout on the runway. The airplane crashed. They're fighting in the hangar, and they capture Nicolas Cage's brother. But then you think Nicolas Cage dies. for about 10 minutes.
Because he like fucking kicks him in front of that jet engine and he flies all the way back and hits.
Nobody even checked him either. Like he like went to go check him, I think, and the guy was like, "It's cool." He's like, "He's dead."
Trust me.
And then like Travolta's happy. Well, he's not even really happy.
Yeah,
He just goes home to his wife.
He got his man, but he
he's
still
like,
doesn't seem happy.
She's like, "You didn't make it home again." And he's like, "I got him.
I got him."
I
And
got
he's
him.
got the rebellious teenager.
Yep, just like True Lies.
Right, yeah. Eliza Dushku.
Yep. And then, but then he's still not happy. He goes back to the office.
He goes to work, everybody claps for him, but he's like, fuck off.
Yeah, he did just walk through. Like,
they got some champagne for him. He's like,
For the
fuck.
people who
He's
died.
like, give it back. He's like, you know what? Yeah, I think I wrote down how many people he named off. Because he's like, Ramirez, all these people. He's like 8 people he lists off that killed while he's...
When Irish cops arrest you, you
better run and hide.
Ramirez.
But no, like, a lot of people died on his crusade to get this guy.
Yeah.
That was personal.
right.
It's kind of like an abuse of power and shit.
And then they find out that there's still a bomb somewhere. What do they...
Yep.
They get like some
90s computer shit.
Yeah.
Like the screen and stuff on the computer. I mean, it's just got 90s written all over it. The graphics and how they just like tap, 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 tap a couple keys and like the screen does all kinds of crazy shit. Like it just does all kinds of 90s shit that doesn't make sense.
You find out that they're keeping Nicolas Cage alive.
Yeah.
He's in a coma.
Yeah.
They kept him alive to use him to like get information about his brother. The bomb. Well, the whole plan was because they know
they proposed the face swap.
Yeah, they know Travolta will never rest until, you know what I mean, this is all over with. And they're like, well, we got this thing we can do. The face off, the face switch. Like they show like some crazy like science shit where they're like growing somebody an ear with lasers.
The guy whose ears got shot off.
They're like, you see like a little box and there's just like lasers going and just an ear's just appearing out of thin air.
Yeah. Movie magic.
Like 3D printing a fucking ear or some shit.
I thought it was funny when he was on the phone with them and he was telling them how he was going to fuck his wife. Well, because he already had his shit switched.
Oh, after?
Yeah. And he's like, yeah, I'm going to bang the shit out of your wife.
Yeah, because she thinks he is Travolta.
But they tell him about the procedure or whatever. They're like, it's going to be off the books. You can't tell your wife. You can't tell anybody.
Yeah.
And it's only like, 3-4 people who know that what's going on.
They're like, well, they'll like cut it. They'll cut it. They show him cutting his hair. We'll do some liposuction.
Yeah.
We'll do this, and this to like change your whole.
You'll look exactly like him.
You'll look exactly like him.
We're going to take his face and put it on yours.
They even got like a voice thing to change his voice.
Change the voice.
They frequenced it in with the waves.
And he freaks out a little bit whenever he sees himself as fucking Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, he like punches the mirror or some shit.
Yeah, he breaks the mirror. And then they take him to prison, and you got fucking old boy
That
from
shit
the
was
Drew Carey show
Funny as fuck.
with the main fucking guard.
Oh, he looked familiar, but I didn't.
Yeah, right.
know
Did you
from
ever watch Drew Carey show?
Yeah, but it
It's-
wasn't. I
It's
didn't
his
pull it from
brother
that.
in that show.
He's been in some like a couple movies, I think.
Yeah,
But I
he's
just
in
am
a
like,
lot
who
of
is
good
that
shit.
guy?
He's in Fargo, actually. We were just talking about Fargo,
Yeah, hell yeah.
the movie. And,
Oh, so they're trying to figure out where the bomb is, or like the codes to the bomb, and so they're sending John Travolta as Nicolas Cage to go into this prison to get the information from the brother,
right.
and then
He gets in a fight and
but
shit.
then Nicolas Cage wakes up
with no face.
with no face. He doesn't have any face, and
He sends his goons to go kidnap the scientist.
get the surgeon guy, the plastic surgeon guy in there, and then for like a brief moment, you sort of see his face in the reflection of the guy's glasses, where it's just all red and bloody and nothing there.
Yeah.
And he makes him get him put Travolta's face on him, the same procedure, and then wham,
And then
their faces have been swapped.
Yep.
Face off.
The face off.
They even
is
say that
complete.
at one point in the movie. They say the title of the movie. I don't know if it's Travolta or Nicolas Cage. Like, that's a real face off or some shit like that. I was like, what the fuck?
Had to throw that in there.
Yep.
Just had to.
And then you got homeboy in the prison. He figures out, he gets the information out of homeboy that it's the LA Convention Center where the bomb is or whatever.
Yeah, but he's like, he doesn't seem like he's 100% convinced.
Yeah, he's a little
He
weary.
knows something's up. Well then,
And then Sean shows up,
yeah,
or Castor.
Sean Castor as Sean. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's,
He shows up to the prison. He's like,
Everybody
"Look,
thinks
what
it's
the
him."
fuck is going on?" He shows them the newspaper about he burned down the scientists and everybody who knew about the whole
operation.
operation.
They were all dead.
So
So
nobody
he's-
else knows.
So he's thinking he's got our good guy, Travolta, Sean
Yeah.
Archer's, and he's got him trapped in prison.
Yeah.
While he assumes
He
his
gets-
life
yeah,
on the
he gets-
outside.
He goes to the house.
Yeah, he's talking about his wife. He's like coming on to his wife, and she's like, "Who are you?"
being all
You're
creepy and
completely
shit.
different. And he's like, "There's some changes coming around here." He's all extra different. He's planning on taking over like that bureau or whatever he's a part of.
Yeah.
He's like, we're gonna own this shit.
Yeah. And he releases his brother from that prison.
Yep.
And
It's crazy.
it's funny when they're talking because him and his brother, he's like, "You're not the only one with the brains, but now I'm the only one with the looks."
Oh,
Touche.
yeah. Touche.
And fucking, like I said earlier, that fool Nicolas Cage is a fucking gargoyle, man. That guy is ugly.
He's just a gargoyle.
He is a funny looking motherfucker.
That, like when that scene in the prison when
I don't think
when he
Travolta's
shows
too
up.
much more handsome, but
That's like when Travolta starts doing like a
But he's
great
definitely
Nicolas
more
Cage.
handsome than-
He like embodies Nicolas Cage
Yeah.
and is like doing his mannerisms and his sort of movement and how he talks and everything.
That was funny.
It's pretty funny. It was cool.
Pretty accurate.
so he ends up disarming the bomb and becoming the hero.
Yep, he saved the day on his own shit. He's like kind of bored though with his life.
Yeah.
He's like sitting around and shit. He's like kind of bored about it and shit. And meanwhile, Archer's trapped in prison looking like Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
Trying to
He got to figure out how to get out. He ends up starting a fight with one of the guards. So they would take him to the place where they zap your brain, because that's where they take off your shoes.
Oh yeah, because backtrack. At this prison, the floors
yeah.
are magnetic, and they
Yeah, we
wear
didn't
big,
mention that.
They wear big clanky metal boots.
This is
So
like
they get
some sort
stuck.
of
It's like some
weird...
supervillain prison.
right. Something you see in a comic book.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're just magnetized to the floor.
He
He gets his boots off, and then he gets up old boy to get up and fucking beat the shit out of the guards or whatever.
It's a pretty fun escape.
I know, this shit goes down, dude. That whole prison was done after that.
Right. Kind of like.
And then it turns out like they're in the middle of the ocean or something. Whenever he finally gets out of
He's
on
got
top of the prison
Yeah,
to the helipad.
He's got to swim. Yeah, they're like on a big oil rig.
Yeah,
Kinda
something like that.
He jumps off and starts swimming.
I know,
Fucking
it doesn't
crazy.
really...
Yeah,
It doesn't really go over how he gets back to the city.
Like how far
But
out
how
were
far
they?
he just
Like
he just disappears.
just with the
The helicopter's trying to like shoot him and shit, and he jumps in, and then they're just like, "Oh, he must be dead," and
Yeah.
they take off.
Yeah, they must have done that thing like there's no way he could have survived that fall.
Right.
Or some shit.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, he jumped off. They just didn't care anymore, and then the movie doesn't care to tell you. He just shows up. He's back.
Just assume he did whatever the fuck it took.
Yeah, but yeah, he gets back.
Yeah, and he tries to warn his wife. He calls her and tries to tell her to get, their kid and go to their mother's and don't tell Sean.
He's like, yeah,
marks.
That's not your husband. Whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
She's like, goodbye. She's like, that's weird.
Yeah.
She's like, he was acting weird earlier, but man, he gave it to me. So she's like been the whole week that this goes down. They've just been like living like man and wife. She says it at the end of the movie. So like, that's a whole other thing.
Yeah, he's been fucking her the whole time.
Yeah,
How would she not know that it was a different dick though?
That's a plot hole.
Yeah.
A little bit of a plot hole.
Yeah.
She's
like
like,
a whole
wow,
different dick.
things are different. So she just didn't care, maybe.
Yeah. She was like, ooh, no
Until
dick.
things started to get crazy, and
Right.
like guns and shit. She didn't care, but she was on board. She was unhappy with the original Travolta. She was a little unhappy.
She needed Cage Travolta.
Yeah, she did.
Yeah. And then, like, after he tries to call his wife or whatever, and she doesn't really believe. She's just like, don't call here. But then he ends up calling Travolta, a.k.a. Castor, in Travolta's body.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
And so now he knows that he's back.
No, he knows that. He knows that. He knows.
And then it shows, like, Castor or fucking Sean, Nicolas Cage's fucking...
I know. And then I didn't think about, like...
trying to
picking
explain
this
it.
movie as, like, a podcast and trying to explain what's happening at the time when I picked it.
When he ends up fucking
But...
going back and, like, seeing his friends, Castor's friends, and you got, oh boy, one of them fucking guys...
Yeah, he starts to...
One of them guys is from Reservoir Dogs. The cop that got tortured.
Oh, no shit. I didn't
Yeah.
catch that. That's cool.
He wasn't like... he was just kind of a background guy. He maybe had like 2 lines.
Well, he shows up and he, like, kind of starts enjoying Castor Troy's life. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
He's like, oh, shit. And then, of course, there's, like, a kid. Castor Troy has a kid. And it's, like, reminds him of his kid. And he, like, freaks out and shit. He, like, freaks out a little bit.
Right.
It's like, jeez.
Camera fucking up.
What's going on?
And he's like, I want to take his face off.
Yeah, face off.
That's when he was saying it. Yeah, he was like... Because he made him do drugs or something.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
he was like... when he catches Archer.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, I want to take his face off.
And they were like, whoa, dude.
They're like, what? No more drugs for this guy.
Yeah, like, fucking slow down, dude.
Take his face off. And then, yeah, he's in the mirror and shit, and he's doing the creepy face or whatever, because he's on drugs or whatever, and then he sees that one chick, and she, like, smacks the fuck out of him, dude. Like, that smack was hard as hell, dude. That shit, like, knocked him down. I thought that was kind of funny.
Gave him a little
The
extra.
chick who was his baby mama, or Castor
Yeah.
Troy's baby mama.
Yeah. She smacks the fuck out of him when he's on drugs.
Almost smacked his face off.
Face off. Yeah,
His face just
like,
plops down.
after the surgery, when shit was going down, he was like checking his face, like it's all smeared.
Yeah. He's like, my face is just...
Yeah, the dude was just like scratching his face for him.
Then it cuts to Travolta guy, Castor, and he freaking, like, beats up what's-her-face's boyfriend. His daughter.
Oh, yeah, the daughter. Yeah, he actually...
And that was Hyde, wasn't it? It looked
yeah,
like
it
him.
was Hyde. Which...
From
that
70 show.
70. Yeah.
Yeah, he played like a creepy guy.
He was like forcing himself on her and shit.
Oh yeah, okay.
And then I know that he just recently got like
Yeah, he
some
got
shit for doing that. It's like, well, okay. And because him and John Travolta are
That's why he was so good at
they're
it.
Scientologists.
Oh yeah, that's
right.
true.
You're right.
That's probably how he got the role.
Probably how he got
It's
the
weird
role.
shit.
And then he ends up giving her a knife. He's like, "You got protection?"
She has shown
You
a
mean like
switchblade
condoms?
knife and shit.
No, I mean like a butterfly knife. And then you see you meet the kid, and like Sean is like hugging him and shit and calling him Michael and shit, being all weird.
Yeah, it's like a mini freak out.
And then the FBI busts in, another big old firefight.
There's a lot of shootouts in this movie.
The bald guy takes the bullet for the kid.
Yeah, because he was in love with the chick.
Yeah.
It was a whole thing.
And then they're like standing behind the mirror. You know, they both got it. Yeah, they're like standing on each side of the mirror,
Yep.
and they're about to shoot each other. They turn around and they like see their own reflection, but it's kind of symbolized as that like it's them on the. I don't know.
Yeah, it was a cool
Weird.
scene.
They end up
was
shooting.
Face off.
They're facing off, man.
Facing
They're
off.
really getting it.
For real.
And then, oh shit, his brother dies right there, doesn't he?
I think so.
Oh yeah, basically at the end of that whole shebang, and then the dude's like, "That's just what's his face, Pollux Troy. Why do you care?" And then he ends up shooting him in the head.
Because he's Travolta.
Or Alec Baldwin. Just depends.
And you got fucking Travolta, and he kills the old FBI guy or whatever. He like when they're in the office, and he's like, you could tell he's got something going on with his heart or whatever.
Right.
He ends up killing him,
Right.
and he says that he has a call. He's like, get a freaking ambulance. He just had a heart attack. When he like karate chopped the fuck out of him or something.
Yeah, Travolta's a really good fucking bad guy
Yeah.
in this movie.
I thought he,
Fuck.
like, even though Swordfish wasn't a great movie, he was a good bad guy in that one.
Yeah,
He had
had,
Halle Berry all fucked up.
had Hugh Jackman and Halle Berry in that.
Yeah.
Jack Human.
They have that, I'm probably skipping ahead, but his wife finds out. He's finally able to like convince his wife.
Yeah,
that
he's
it's-
trying to tell her, and like he's like, test the blood
yeah,
or
she
whatever.
tests the blood and comes back, and she's like, "Oh my gosh!" And then they're talking, and she's like, "That's when she's like, we've been living as husband and wife for the last week," and he's like, "Yeah, I know. I'm sorry. It's my fault."
We've been fucking in the butt
yeah,
and everything.
That was like a nice way of saying that.
We did things we never
Yeah.
did.
we did.
That was like a nice way of her being like, "Look, we've been fucking."
We've been banging like a couple of cymbals in an
She's
overworked
like, "Quite
marching
frankly, I'm a
band."
little disappointed it's gonna go back to you." But yeah, so he finally convinces her, and then he's gonna fix everything. And I don't know, in my head for some reason they skipped to like
the funeral.
we're at that church.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's
That's
that
where I'm at,
whole
too.
the big standoff.
Yeah.
It's like the whole big action scene to finish
The
off
little
the
kid
movie.
brings the picture to him, and he crumples up the picture,
Yeah,
and he
it's-
knows that Sean is here for him. They
There's
get in
like
a gunfight.
There's a big they have a
They had a big standoff.
Yeah, well, they have a gunfight, and then there's a standoff.
Right.
Yeah. People die.
People just keep popping up. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
We all brought our heat today.
You put it down. No, you put it down. How about you put it down?
Yeah.
And then the chick's like, you put it down.
Like, all right. Anyone else?
Okay.
Anyone
Like,
else want to show up right now?
little kid comes out, you put it down. He's got like a fucking shotgun. He's like,
He's got a Nerf gun.
fuck. Yeah,
So if I go to church, bring a gun.
pretty much. Yeah. big
yeah.
shootout.
Yeah. And what's her face dies? The mom
The
of the little
mom,
kid.
Castor Troy's kid, and she's like, "Don't let him become like us."
Yeah.
And then he's like, "Okay, lady, yeah, sure."
And there's a part, I should have clipped this part out because it was funny to me. Whenever they end up like right outside of the church or whatever, and there's a bunch of pigeons and shit.
See?
And he
Yeah.
he dives on the floor. He kind of like flings a pigeon at him, dude. Did you notice that?
No.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
my God.
He kind of like bats at the pigeon, and then you can see Travolta like get hit back or whatever.
John Woo loves his fucking white birds.
Dude, if you could find that clip, that'd be awesome.
They're having a shootout. They run in. The daughter finds out, but she's not sure who
Yeah,
is the guy, and she ends up shooting the good guy
In the shoulder.
Shoots him
and,
because like his voice box got messed up. So like, you have like Nicolas Cage yelling, but it's coming out as John Travolta's voice. And so it's like John Travolta talking to John Travolta. He's like, "No, I'm the dad." He's like,
Right.
"No, I'm the dad. No, I'm the dad."
okay, kill him.
Yeah, yeah. And she shoots him.
Yeah, and then he ends up getting her with the gun to her head.
Yeah,
And she busts out the butterfly knife
yeah. That he taught her how to do.
and turns it, hits him in the thigh and turns it.
That's called setups and payoffs in stories.
Yeah,
It's called a setup and a payoff.
there you go. I like that.
Is it the Mexican standoff in the church, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. And then that leads into a pretty sweet boat race or boat chase.
Oh, yeah.
Not a race, but a chase.
Boat
They
chase.
hijack boats. And
There's like a fucking cop boat out there, and they start shooting at each other.
yeah, there's like 6, 7, 8 cops on this boat,
know, there's a
fully
bunch.
armed, weaponed, and Nicolas Cage, Castor Troy, as John Travolta takes him out with a single gun, like the whole thing.
Yeah, yeah. He fucking ends up. He ends up.
There's pigeons everywhere.
It's when they get outside. You'll see it. Try that. See, now I'm about to pull this up.
Hello, Wanda? Wanda, this is Eve Archer.
Oh, I think it's right here.
It's like a miracle neither of them got shot throughout this whole movie as
See-
much.
Did you see that shit?
Fucking threw a
Do it one more
pigeon out.
time.
Alfred Hitchcock would be proud.
He straight throws a pigeon at him, bro. That shit had me rolling.
Fucked him up.
But yeah, they shoot the cops on the boat, and they end up ramping the boat off the other boat.
Yeah.
That was
Real
fun.
crazy shit. And then they end up on the same boat fighting.
Yeah, he jumps over and he's like hanging off the chain. He's like
Yeah.
water skiing with his
skimming.
shoes and shit.
Yeah. I mean, you're just like, this guy is insane. He won't stop.
He needs that.
They keep
Kill.
fighting. And then that boat crashes and they go flying. And
Oh,
then it
yeah.
shows them like flying in slow motion while the boat's like flipping in the background.
That shit goes way up there.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then there's just like a fight to the death on like the little dock area.
Yeah.
And
And he like he stabs him with the harpoon gun,
Yeah.
and then
Up against the thing, up against
yeah,
the.
he ends up shooting him with the harpoon too.
well, yeah, it was before that, and
But then he stakes him.
because he's about to shoot him, and he grabs the fucking
Oh, yeah.
thing before it could shoot him. But there's a part where he's like ends up cutting his own face just so
Cutting up.
fucking.
So it'd be fucked up when he wanted to put
When
it
he
back
got it
on.
back,
yeah,
yeah.
he started fucking it up.
Yeah.
And he like got kicked. He got kicked or
Yeah,
something.
he kicked him in the nuts, and
Yeah,
then and then the harpoon gun went off and stuck him to the
That's
wall.
how he died.
Yeah. And dude got his face back.
And
Yeah.
he got his face back.
You get back
he
to
went
normal.
home, went back to the family.
Got to not please his wife.
His daughter's like, "Sorry, I shot you, Dad."
Yeah. He's like, "You're grounded for 2 weeks."
That shit fucking hurt.
That shit hurt. You're fucking grounded.
And then it turns out that they adopt that Adam kid.
Yep, to replace the kid
Yeah.
from the movie. So
They just replaced their
just
other.
replaced him at the end.
We got a new Timmy.
Yeah.
Oh, Michael.
Yeah, it's like they went away for the season break and came back the next season. They got a whole new kid.
The kid, and he looked like the other kid too.
Yeah, he did.
He did.
Yeah, and then they did the little hand thing again. Like they do. That was how his wife knew that he wasn't fucking around. He's like, "I just told you about our first date," and then he did that thing. She goes, "Oh, okay, it is you. You're the only person on the planet that does this."
Wow.
It is.
That's how
you.
they had to tie it in there.
Yeah, I guess.
Because
Yeah.
he needed some way to
Reference
show
point.
her
Something.
that he
Yeah.
was him.
You're like, "Hey, we need to come up with some way that she'll know."
Some gay ass
We'll
shit.
just have him do this hand thing where he's like, he just does this.
He just rubs his face.
Yeah, he rubs his hands. Like, you couldn't do that now for sure, dude. Come
Yeah, it'd
on.
be weird as fuck.
Where's the hand sanitizer at?
Yeah.
But he just does that.
Thanks, sir.
But yeah, at the end of the movie, he got his face back. Nicolas Cage is dead, and he got his son back. Like, everything ends up going great for him at the end. He lived happily ever after,
He got
or
his
so
son
we
back.
thought, because apparently there's a sequel coming out.
Uh-oh.
Came back for that shit.
SpaghettiOs.
So I wasn't done banging your wife.
No, but that was Face Off.
Who would you want to see swap faces? If you were casting it, who?
If I was casting the new movie?
Yeah. Who would you want to see swap faces? They'll probably do a gender thing. You know, genders. It'll probably be women. It'll be women this time.
Well, I'll do one
guy and a
man.
girl.
I'll do one dude version and one female
Okay.
version.
Sure.
My guy version, I think, would be, because we know they're a good combination before. Brad Pitt and Leonardo DiCaprio.
I thought about that too.
Right, have them do the Face Off.
Right. Face off. Leo's got a fatter head.
Yeah, but
Oh,
I mean,
face.
they did away with. I mean, John Travolta was easily like 50 pounds fatter than Nicolas Cage and
that's
everything,
true.
and
They just morph the
they
body.
we'll
write it into the science.
Exactly. They specifically showed them doing like liposuction shit. Like, we'll tuck that in. We'll get rid of those
Love handles.
those love handles and shit.
Yeah. Hey, fuck you.
What the fuck?
So yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Who would yours be? Well, I think of the other one.
I don't know. Let me see. What's that? Ryan Gosling. For some reason, he's
I thought
in my
about that
head.
too, but
For some reason.
I was thinking Jason Statham and Daniel Craig.
Oh, the other 007 guy.
Yeah, and Jason Statham. That'd be a good one, probably.
Yeah, that's not bad. Or you could do Stallone and Arnold finally.
They're
them
old,
now.
man. Their faces.
And they're
look-
like drunk though the whole time.
Get them now in their prime.
Well, I don't know. What do you rate it? What do you think? How much fun did you have while rewatching this one?
I'll probably give it a 6.5, maybe.
That's kind of what I was thinking too.
I give it a 7.5, just because it's one of a kind. You're not gonna, you know what I mean. So it gets that extra.
I'm going double sixes and halves.
6s and halves. That's not bad.
Fuck it up.
I could watch it again. That's why, you know what I mean.
I feel like I watched this movie maybe once a decade, you know, in 10 years or so.
Yeah.
Check it out sometime.
I've
Yeah,
few
seen
years
it a
down the
handful
road.
of times.
All right. What's your next pick?
It's time for next movie picks. Next movie picks. Yeah.
Bow, bow.
Nice. Why don't we have this every week? Every time we do it.
What is Kevin and Mike gonna pick on the next episode? Find out now.
Bow, bow.
You want to try one? Do you have one, like a request, like a extra credit one that you want people to watch? I'm not gonna say we're gonna talk about, but throw one out there. I might watch it. I just might.
Clockwork Orange.
Oh shit! I watched that for the first time maybe a year ago or so,
It's fucked up.
and I liked it.
Yeah, it's a good one.
It's fucked up.
I never seen it.
Nice.
Maybe I'll rewatch it. Do 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 boo boo boo. Yeah. All right. So my pick. I was kind of like on the fence about two. I had two in my
I've
head.
got two as well.
Wasn't sure what to.
I'll do an option. So, of the two movies, one of my movies has Mark Wahlberg in it and one does not.
I think I know what it is already.
Italian Job.
One's got
We already
Wahlberg.
did
And we
Italian
already
Job.
did do a Mark Wahlberg movie, so fuck.
I mean,
almost
you could
wanna
do
take
another
it off
Mark
I'll
Wahlberg.
just pick the other one, my other one.
Wallyberg.
We'll save that one for another time. So I guess my pick would be Hot Rod
Hot Rod.
with Andy Samberg.
All right. Sandberg. And you got, what's his face? Who's the other dude?
Bill Hader.
Hader, yeah.
Sandberg, Bill Hader, and
Danny McBride?
Danny McBride, Isla Fisher, hello, and the dude who does the voice of the horse guy, I forget his name right now.
The horse-
Bojack's voice.
Oh, Will Arnett.
Yeah, he's in it.
I like him.
Yeah,
That's cool.
Hot
Is
Rod.
it? Do you know if it's streaming anywhere?
I don't.
Didn't look. That's fine.
No.
It's all good.
No. I think I got the DVD though. If you want to borrow it.
All right. I was thinking about picking a DVD one that I had too, but I don't know what kind of condition it's in. My pick, I checked, because I check.
Yeah, no.
It's actually on YouTube right now for free,
Okay.
so that's cool. You got Joe Pesci.
Okay.
You got Danny Glover. A buddy comedy.
Is this
Gone Fishing.
Gone Fishing. Okay. I knew. I was like, that's not grumpy old man.
No, that's fucking Walter Matthau.
From Dennis the Menace.
Yeah. I forget. I don't know
and
the other
many
guy's
other
name.
things, but okay, yeah, Danny Glover and Joe Pesci.
Dude, this
That's
is
cool.
it's a fun movie, dude. Like,
They're good.
I think it's quite funny.
I don't think I've ever seen it, or if I had it, it's like when I was a kid.
Yeah.
If my dad was watching it or some shit.
It's
Like Danny Glover.
a fun
from,
time.
They're both in Lethal Weapon movies too.
Oh, yeah?
I believe Pesci's in that. I know Glover is for sure. Okay,
Cool.
check that out.
Next time on Kevin and Mike Talk Movies.
Hit it.
All right. Thanks for listening.
Have a good one.
Eat my shorts.
Peace out.
We were just talking about some of his movies in the 90s.
Yeah, look who's talking.
Look who's talking too.
Look who's talking again.
Look who's still talking.
Look who won't shut the fuck up.